Hey guys, I just wanted to draw your attention to the fact that when you're solving inequalities like the one we just did previously, if you ever have to use a negative number to as an inverse operation with a divide or a multiply, it can get difficult. So let's put a little heading here: solving inequalities when dividing or multiplying. Okay, so you're going to just look at this inequality for a second. I'm just hoping you can see my book's getting a little bit moved around. Let's consider this inequality. Now, it's not an equation, it doesn't have an equal sign. 4 is less than 8. You would all agree that 4 is less than 8. So this is true. This inequality, this statement, this mathematical statement is true. But let's say that we had to multiply both sides by a negative number. Let's say we're going to multiply both sides by -1. 4 times -1, or 4 times 1 is 4, but a positive times a negative is a negative, so you're going to get -4. The inequality sign is going to say the same. And whatever we did to one side, we have to do to the other. So we're going to multiply 8 by -1. 8 times 1 is 8, but a positive 8 times a negative is going to be a negative. So let's think about this statement and see if it's still true. Because remember, I said to you, if you treat inequalities similar to an equation, which is a set of scales, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, it doesn't stop it being true, right? If we times 4 by 2, we'd get 8. If we times 8 by 2, we'd get 16. And we could say with confidence that 8 is less than 16. It's still true, okay? But when we start doing it with negative numbers, multiplying and dividing negative numbers, it's no longer true. Let's look at this statement. -4 is less than -8. This is actually not a true statement because -4 is a bigger number than -8. All right, if we put these numbers on a number line, you'll see very quickly that it's not true. Let's have a look here. Let's put 0 up here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 6, 7, 8, and -9. It's a bit squashed. All right, let's see where -4 sits. -4 sits here, and -8 sits here. Now, the further this direction you go, the bigger the numbers are. So -4 is bigger than -8. Whereas our statement clearly says -4 is less than -8, which is not true, okay? So you might want to use this kind of symbol here and write no longer true. So mathematicians have come up with a method to help you with your inequalities. So when you're dividing or multiplying by a negative number, the rule is that you reverse the inequality sign. So let's write that rule out, and I want you to be writing down this exact rule. When you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, you reverse the inequality symbol. Okay, you might want to highlight the important things. When you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, you reverse the inequality symbol. All right, so back to 4 is less than 8. And we're going to times both sides by -1, just as an example, because we're not solving for x here, just as an example. We're going to reverse the sign. So -4 is greater than -8. Now you can see that we've multiplied these both by -1. So we must reverse this symbol. Okay,